is a caravan park squatter on parole. He's an expensive headache for site owners Graham and Jan because he owes them thousands. But the law says he can't be kicked out.
I hate
So
squatter
we paid him a
laws.
visit.
Fuck squatter laws. That shit needs to be changed ASAP.
Rude, despicable.
Goddamn, Grip. Appreciate the 10 gift subs,
running out
man.
of options to get him out.
Are you squatting here at the moment?
Not answering your question, so please leave.
Doesn't pay a cent of rent and thinks he can do all this to us. It's just beyond a joke.
Welcome to squatters, baby.
This person is taking advantage of both them and the system.
He's the caravan park squatter with a dark past, refusing to leave or pay rent.
He owes $5,400, which is virtually 9 months' rent.
Graham and Jan Bolton have run Green Hills Caravan Park.
How do you beat
for
this
more
raid
than a
boss of
decade.
squatting?
While the business has experienced some difficult tenants, the couple say William Pine is by far the worst they've ever had.
He's using our water, our power,
No.
destructive in the park, tampering with our sort of services and that, and gets away with it.
Bill moved into the park in November last year and agreed to pay $160 a week in rent, but within months he'd stopped paying. To make matters worse,
And then he
the
becomes
couple
a
say
legal
every
squatter.
time they complain to Bill, he
Rough.
retaliates.
He rings
Thanks
up
to the
all
tier
these
1
authorities telling them
Waddles and the
that,
resub
you know, I'm not
Equinoxa.
doing things properly in the park to get him out here to go over everything. He's just a troublemaker. He can't help himself.
William Pine likes to play the innocent victim, even calling police on the
A squatter
owner.
is someone who
But
lives in
it
a
turns
property
out
illegally.
this squatter
If
is
they
a
live there
convicted
long
criminal.
enough, they get
Weren't we
squatter
supposed to be
rights.
told he was a known pedophile?
So let's say you and your
Over this
family went on
park?
vacation for 2 months and you
According to
left
the
your house
parole officer,
vacant,
someone
and
should have told
a
us.
homeless man moved in the day after you left. By the time you come back, he has
Even
legal
before
rights
they
to your
knew about
property.
his past,
Obviously, I
Graham
don't know the
issued
time
Bill
frame,
a
but
notice
squatter
to terminate
rights.
tenancy over unpaid rent
There's rights
back
to
in
protect
May.
squatters.
When Bill refused to leave,
Fucking hate
the
it.
park owners
I get
went
why
to
they're
the
there,
New
though,
South
to a certain
Wales Civil
extent.
Administrative Tribunal.
When we
It's not 7 years.
finally
Not
got him
everywhere.
into Ancat Court, the member told him that
Some of
he didn't-
them are
he couldn't
really lenient
adjudicate
on the time.
case because we didn't have him under a contract, and virtually told him he could live here free forever.
Why should I be dealing with this? He knows
Thanks for
damn
the
well
tier
that
1
he
name
owes
goes
us
here.
this amount of money, and he's sort of abusing me.
Hi, Bill.
Just burn the
from
goddamn
Current
RV
Affair.
down. What's
Just
he gonna
wondering
do?
if we could speak to you about the ongoing dispute you're having with the owners of the caravan park at the moment.
Thanks for the prime, Tainted.
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say?
Nothing to say.
And are you squatting here at the moment?
Not answering your question, so please leave.
We understand you've refused to pay them rent.
He's going
And you
home.
owe them $5,000. The reception Bill gave us is one Graham
Thanks
and
for the
Jan
resub,
say
mister.
they're given time and time again.
It's just got an ongoing thing. He just ignores you, swears at you.
Having slammed the door in the face of the caravan park owners again, Bill has now been inside his van for more than an hour and is refusing to come out, leaving Graham and Jan at a loss of what to do next to evict this squatter.
Where do you go? The police say you can't tow him out. You can't turn his bloody power off. What do you do?
The difficulty here is this fellow did not have a written lease, and so he's what they call a tenant at will. And unfortunately, the landholders are subject to the laws in that respect.
Lawyer Christine Smythe
And those
feels
laws,
for the
baby,
couple, but says the
are
only
beautiful.
solution is by entering a lengthy, complex and possibly costly legal battle.
They can spend the money getting the proper legal advice, but they won't be able to recover it. So they may recover the $5,400 odd, but they may spend just as much to recover it.
Bill, we're here to collect the rent.
They should just make it a living hell for him to live there.
When are you gonna start
Egg his
paying us?
RV. Just get like a bunch of hooligans together to use it for graffiti. Pee in his cars.
Ring the police, is it?
Like, just make it miserable for him to live
LHS,
there. That's how you
council,
combat it.
Gas blokes, fair trading. What's your next move?
Just as Graham and Jan predicted, Bill has called the police.
Take his
on
grill.
us.
William Pine?
Oh, that's
Bill's
him,
nothing
right
without his
open the
grill.
door. Yeah, we knew he'd call you.
But he wasn't too keen to chat with them while our cameras were rolling.
I'm going to put all my cameras in.
How do I find out what you want?
Send the camera.
Thanks for the resub trap.
Do you want to invite us in, William? We'll have a chat.
Oh, that's sweet, Brock. Thanks,
Can't
man.
help you then if you don't talk.
I'll take
to
a
us,
look.
mate.
Court documents reveal William Pine was convicted of 3 counts of indecent assault of a minor in June last year.
That sounds like a squatter.
And then again in February this year of failing to comply with reporting under the Child Protection Offenders Registration.
The parole officer came out here.
But
2
because he's a
weeks
squatter,
ago,
those charges are
so
waived.
it's quite official. He is a known pedophile.
Other tenants at Green Hills are supporting Graham and Jan's tough stance.
If it was me and I owned the park, I'd
Thanks to the
just get
tier
a
1
tow
faux
truck
lamprey.
and pull the thing out. I mean, that'd be the Australian way, wouldn't it?
This bastard owes us over $5,000 in rent, has totally refused for 9 months to pay anything. Are we allowed to tow him out or turn his power off?
Oh, that'd be something that you've got to organise with the tribunal. Have you been to the
We've been to the
tribunal?
He's a fucking
tribunal.
pedophile. Why are you
Police
fighting for
leave
his
without
right to
resolving the
squat and live there for
situation,
free
but
and
then
leech off their
days later,
power?
A breakthrough. The park's security cameras capture Bill leaving with his caravan in tow.
Oh, nice.
A day Graham and Jan thought they would never see.
It's just such a relief to see him go. I got to thank you.
The sad thing is,
for
though, they
All I've
literally
gotta
couldn't
say
do
is-
anything. He just left on his
I
own.
pity the next park that this despicable person ends up at.
Graham and Jan have no idea where Bill's gone. He
I've
left
actually seen
still
that
owing
V-Man.
them $5,000.
It's fucking wild, man. Squatting shit is... It's insanity. Like, I feel like at some point, though, there'd have to be, like, stipulations in squatters' rights to be like, hey, this is clearly ridiculous. Thieves targeting red meat. Alright, fine.
The relentless drought has pushed meat prices up, and with wages not keeping pace, shoplifters have a new target. So supermarkets have resorted to extreme measures.
People shouldn't have to steal meat. We shouldn't
Ooh,
have
this is
security tags
intense.
on meat.
They've got their eyes on the eye fillets. This thief likes his beef.
It's not surprising, meat's gone from $3.50 a kilo to over $6 a kilo.
Here,
Ooh,
a hungry
damn.
shopper is found with Hungarian salami down his pants.
Well, where else are you gonna put it?
Light-fingered shoppers with a taste for red meat are sometimes caught red-handed, but mostly
Damn.
they get away with it.
You're stealing from the producers of the product as well as the big supermarket.
But it's not just Coles, Woolies and Aldi paying the
What kind of
price.
shit goes on in
Most costs
Australia?
are
You
borne
get
by the consumer.
fucking
That's
squatting
right.
epidemic
That's
with
right.
Bill and his
You're
pedophile
forced to pay
caravan?
more
Red
thanks
meat
to these
thieves?
meat thieves.
It is expensive. We're retired folks, so we've got to be careful about how much money we do spend.
Now the supermarkets are fighting back, cracking down on cutlet crooks and pork pilferers.
It's as a result of a long-term
selling them
epidemic
tainted
of
meat.
shrinkage and shoplifting.
Poisoning
You
them.
might have noticed Coles and Woolies are using security tags on choice cuts of pre-packaged meat in a bid to combat theft.
That looks so high tech.
That's the way that Coles and
That
the
packaging looks like it's
supermarkets
right
have
off
to
of the
protect
International
themselves
Space
to
Station.
Protect their profits. So be it.
It doesn't bother me to buy meat like that.
Yeah,
It's not really going to stop you from cooking it.
yeah, exactly. Just don't put it in the microwave, I guess.
No, I wouldn't cook meat in the microwave, no.
With billions lost to shoplifters every year, the
Billions?
supermarkets have had enough. Coles recently trialling cameras on top of some self-serve checkouts to catch brazen shoplifters.
In the last 10 years, the price of meat has gone up 100%.
Founder of Pricing Insight, Ron Wood, isn't surprised meat has become such hot property for thieves.
This is
Average weekly
fascinating.
wages have only gone up around 35 to 40%. So the cost of living in real terms has actually gotten much harder for the average consumer.
Mum of two, Penina Peterson,
How much
from
meat is she
Frankston,
smuggling?
says she's fed up with increasing meat prices.
Got like a
Meat
fucking
is
Al
expensive.
Capone dealing
We
red
have to
meat
have
on
a
the
lot of
blowdown.
hacks and a lot of kitchen tricks to keep good meat on the table.
The founder of dollardinners.com.au has developed some handy tricks and tips to make her meat spend go further. For instance, she adds veggies and breadcrumbs to homemade meatballs.
we're getting double.
That looks
These are cooked.
so much
They
more
actually look
expensive
just
than
like
2 packs
these
of meat,
meatballs,
though.
And the kids don't even notice, and they don't even notice that they're eating more vegetables.
Panina slow cooks a lamb roast.
Thanks to
and
the
spreads
resub,
it
Papa
across
Fat, and
multiple
calories.
meals.
This is a lamb roast that I've slow cooked, and
I didn't know
shred
that,
this
Papa
up,
Fat.
And I'll get 4 or 5 meals out of one lamb roast, and that's because I'm putting the shredded meat into fajitas and onto pizzas and onto baked potatoes.
She also says she gets triple the amount of meat sauce by thickening it with veggies.
So I might put that meat sauce on some mushrooms and pop them in the oven with some cheese on top. I might put that on top of some zucchini.
How the fuck does this
IGA
combat the
tells
meat
us they've
prices?
installed extra
Just
security
recipes.
cameras over the meat section in many of their stores.
Quite sad that they do that.
Ebony from South Melbourne says she often sees thieves shoving meat down their pants at her local supermarket.
Well, what do you think when you see people doing the shoving down the pants? It must be quite...
It's very confronting because they just do it and then they just walk out and you see them pull. You go around the corner there and then
I wonder
my daughter just
if they hired like prison guard security to lock down red meat, how far would they go to protect it? Like if you had an Area 51 storm the red meat aisle and they can't stop all of us stealing red meat, how hard would the guards work to protect the red meat?
We can't really get into.
Is there any winning this battle?
Cabinet, and we've got plenty of knives around, so
you wouldn't want to mess with you guys.
Yeah, so it's a risk.
According to Michael, rising supermarket meat prices are driving more shoppers to independent butchers.
I think people are craving for a bit of service these days. They don't mind paying a little bit more, as long as they can get a bit of service and it's not just thrown at them and you have to take it the way it is at a supermarket.
Personally, I don't shop buy meat in supermarkets. I always rather come eye to eye, face to face with the butcher.
Every dollar that comes into your house, in my mind, should be maximised. And meat is no exception.
What an interesting outbreak. 12-year-old steals credit card and flies to Bali. What kind of 12-year-old steals a credit card and not buy V-Bucks with it? Well, Australia is the wild, wild west out here. Before I forget though, let me look something up. There. Oh, wait. I'll look at that in a minute. I'm interested. 17 minutes though.
Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. 12-year-old Drew isn't the first kid to run away from home after a fight, but he could be the first who made it all the way to Bali, hopping on a Jetstar flight after breezing through customs here and
What kind of
Indonesia.
customs just lets a
Reporter Brady
12-year-old
Halls will
solo
join me
fly
in a
like
moment,
that?
But first, how did he manage it? And could your child do it too?
Yeah, teach my child how to do it, please. Can I get a fucking tutorial on YouTube?
It was great, because I wanted to go on an adventure.
Oh, you're not going to believe what this kid's been up to.
12 years age, escaped from Australia, and then the parent was a little bit worried.
Shocked, disgusted. There's no emotion to feel what we felt when we found that he left overseas.
That was a week you won't forget.
Hopefully not.
The 12-year-old boy who took himself across
How can this be a
Australia
17-minute story?
and on
I
to
stole a credit
Bali.
card and I bought tickets and left.
On his own.
End of story,
with
right?
Not a parent in tow. And don't think it couldn't happen to you.
So a child can have an argument with their parents and leave the country.
He just doesn't like the word no, and that's what I got, a kid in Indonesia.
And no one stopped him at the border.
It's too easy. It's way too easy. There's a problem.
Yeah.
In our system.
Yeah, it's called bad parenting. What do you mean? I hate these parents.
Is terrific.
Same reason YouTube's eating such fat shit, because parents use it to babysit their kids because they can't be bothered to fucking watch them.
Travel agent. Now,
That's on you,
decided
lady.
not to identify him so he doesn't get hassled over what he now regrets. He's a good kid. Just ask Linda, his nan.
Oh, he's kind, he's generous, he's got a heart of gold, and no, there's no problem with him. He's just too intelligent for his own self at the moment.
But Drew's a runner. Packed his bags and left home at the age of 2, but was caught at the local park. This
What?
time, he upped it a notch.
Went to the airport.
He
and
ran
then
away
they
from
didn't
home
let
at
me
2
on.
years old.
Why
Let's
is that?
get some CPS
Because they
over
didn't
there to
have
figure out what the
documents
fuck's going wrong.
Well, Dad,
Like most kids, he can do a world of stuff on that smartphone.
So after I got
They
the
call
money back from
McDonald's
Garuda,
Maccas in
I
Australia.
went to Qantas,
Nothing that happens
and then
there should surprise
booked it,
anyone.
and
Yeah, that's
they
fair.
needed a letter from Mum.
They need a letter as well.
Yeah.
Now, he'd been borrowing the family credit cards to do these transactions.
Thanks to the reset
but
player.
Garuda and Qantas wouldn't let him travel. His separated parents soon found out about the 2 previous attempts to go overseas and alerted the Australian Federal Police.
We screamed, we begged for help for weeks on end. And when the first attempt to Indonesia took place, we were told
Man,
his
he must have
passport
really
was
wanted to
going
get to
be flagged.
Indonesia.
Now, Drew and Mum Emma, Dad Brett,
Him
and his
just gonna
sister
wank it
knew
real
Bali
quick.
well.
Be back in
They
5.
have
Godspeed,
annual
Thomas.
holidays there. But Drew is never allowed to be away from his family's side in Bali. It's a fun place, but as we know, it can be dangerous too.
With guidance only. Otherwise, there's no rules. Absolutely no rules.
But for these parents, their worst nightmare was about to happen.
And then I looked up at Jetstar and they said it will work.
Third time lucky.
They didn't say it would work, it said I'm not an unaccompanied minor.
So what didn't work on
I didn't understand a
Garuda,
word he just
what
said.
didn't work on Qantas worked for you on Jetstar.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Nan was told by the AFP.
No, this wouldn't happen. It was in case, you know, it just wouldn't happen. He wouldn't get past any of the airport personnel to get overseas.
But
Hello,
it
Moist
happened.
Father.
Hi,
North
big boy.
Brave is a pretty cool channel that you may enjoy.
Now,
Also,
I know that
you should
channel.
listen to
Jetstar
Sofa
flight
Boy.
confirmed.
It's a banger
Drew
of a
threw
song.
a few things in
I'm
a
very
backpack
familiar with his channel.
and grabbed his precious scooter. Bali, here I come, catching a train to the airport for a flight that unfortunately was via
I'm
Perth.
surprised his mom isn't
stuffed up
blaming
'cause I got
vaccines
the
for his
DOJ.
child's
Not to worry,
escape
he
from the
still had his
country.
wits about him. Don't go to those check-in counters, they ask too many questions. So, he self-served himself. And not an alarm bell went off.
Okay, so when you got on the plane in Sydney, and it's going down the runway, and it's taking off, you're heading across the Nullarbor, you're heading towards Perth.
He's
What
really
was going
making it
through your
sound
mind?
cool. He's gonna do it again.
I was like thinking, why am I doing this? But I still had adrenaline from being so angry at Mum, just to not care.
You see, all this was the result of an argument with Mum.
Ever been to Perth before?
No.
Didn't know much about the place?
No.
What'd you do?
Went upstairs to where like watch the
Look
planes
at
That's
take
this
off.
is a weird
Suitable for
Trying to
camera
watch the
angle.
AFP
Hidden
in
gem.
Perth.
Oh, you thought they might be onto you?
What the fuck was the point of a camera dedicated
He
to
had
his
to
lips?
move to the international terminal in Perth, but again, no one asked any tricky questions of him.
And they just asked for my student ID and
I'll
passport
check it out, Ricardo.
to prove that, like,
That you're over 12
Fire
years
this
old,
cameraman.
and I'm in a secondary school.
and no one questioned you along the way?
No.
Bali bound, the 12-year-old, all alone, passing his time in the window seat, taking these videos of the clouds.
I think I have Evolution.
Just under 4 hours later,
Pretty sure I
his
have.
flight touches down in
Thanks to the reset,
Denpasar.
Kamikaze
And then
and
they just
Evelyn
asked for my passport.
Evangelino.
And then they asked if I was with anyone, and I said, no, my mum's waiting outside because she lives in Bali, and I'm going to meet her outside. And
That was sweet.
he goes, stamp, okay.
And he was satisfied with that answer?
Yeah.
And out comes a young boy, all alone, in a foreign country. No luggage.
Why are they
except for that
reenacting it? I can
backpack
imagine
and a scooter
how
folded
someone would leave a
inside.
plane and walk through an airport. What is the
By
point
that
of that?
stage, had you started to get a little worried? Where am I? I'm here by myself. And I'm 12.
I was a bit worried. Yeah.
He smuggled
through your mind?
mangoes
What's
throughout
the worry for you?
Australia.
That'd be huge.
Like, what am I going to do?
He jumped a Gojek bike and headed for a hotel where the family had stayed before. The All Seasons. It was reminiscent of a Home Alone movie, although he didn't encounter a soon-to-be president.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Down the hall and to the left.
Just like Macaulay Culkin, Drew headed to reception and checked in.
And I said my sister was coming, and I was just checking in early because she was going out.
He was a sweet young kid, just like the one in Home Alone.
Reservation for McAllister?
A reservation for yourself.
Think about it. A kid going into a hotel, making a reservation? I don't think so.
And just like the movie, they let Drew in.
That's
He
pretty.
threw the
That's
bag
pretty
in his
fucking
room
wild. I
and
wouldn't
hit
have
the
thought
town,
that would work.
renting.
I could see airport working. I
You
could
were
totally
actually
see that.
Driving the motorbike around. Please tell me you had a helmet.
Yeah,
You did.
they gave one to me.
Okay. 12 years old, and they gave it to you. You don't have a license.
They just want the money.
I hate
No
this
questions
cameraman.
asked in Bali, are there?
That's such a fucking weird
For
angle.
the next 4 days, he walked the streets, did some shopping, sightseeing, took in the atmosphere.
Did you touch the minibar?
Did you
There
fuck
wasn't
any of the
any of
Bali
Okay, that's
prostitutes?
Did you do anything that you shouldn't have done? Aside from the trip to Bali.
Coke, meth.
I drank a beer.
You did have a beer.
Damn. That kid has a
Where'd you have
baby
that?
tooth coming
At
in and
the
he's
beach.
pounding
beach.
shots
Did
with some
someone
Bali
in Bali
hookers. Fuck yeah.
Actually sell you the beer.
Yeah,
They really do have different rules over there, don't they?
yeah.
Why is
Each day, he's
even the
come
interviewer
back
was
to
licking his
room
lips?
for a rest.
Now I might have to
Before
plan a
hitting the
trip to
beach,
Bali.
Restaurants and,
You wanna come?
well, whatever else.
Did you then start to think, how am I going to get out of this?
Yeah, I was thinking how was I going to get home, and then I don't know how, but I sent someone my location, and then that's how Mum called the AFP.
He'd been ignoring the frantic calls and messages from home on his mobile, but perhaps when he posted a video of his antics in the pool,
Holy
the tracking
shit.
device gave him up.
That's when I collapsed.
Well,
The
that means he
police
had to have a
rang Mum
friend
with
film
the
that,
news.
right?
The worst words of my life. They confirmed he left Australian waters 4 days previous.
The Bali boy holiday was about to come to an abrupt end, thanks to Chief Police Commissioner Wiradjara.
The Australian Federal Police came to my office and mentioned about that issue, that we were together, proceed to the all-season hotel on the time to check, and the hotel
He does it
says
twice? What do you
that
mean he does it twice? In this
there was
video?
a teenager stay in the 115 room, you know.
I just went to the beach, and then by the time I got back, Consulate was there with Balinese police officer, and it was pretty big too.
We had been waiting like a couple hours in the hotel together with the IFP and also the Consulate General.
This cameraman is
Then
giving
he
off
came back
weird
from the
vibes.
beach, yeah?
We need to
He
look
was in
him
the
up
bit when
and
I
see
came to
why
the
he's in
hotel.
jail.
That
And
sounds
he
about right,
smiled.
Tank.
He's very
Thanks,
nice, he's very
Dougal.
cute, as usual as a kid, you know.
Cute and cunning.
So I said I was going to get my stuff from the room,
Yep.
and then I locked myself in the room.
He put a chair under the door and closed all the windows.
I was a bit scared about the police officer.
Because he was so big.
Yeah, and I didn't know what was going to happen.
A few minutes later, they unscrewed the window and nabbed him.
They told us as a family to sit tight. We'll bring him home.
I keep him in a special room in my staff room. He is not in the jail because he is a teenager. We are not allowed to arrest, and then he not commit the crime also in Indonesia.
True, Drew had broken no Indonesian laws. No one had a right to hold
Fair.
him or escort him to the airport for deportation.
The AFP said we only had 24 hours, otherwise they'll let him go, because illegally in Indonesian law, he has done nothing wrong.
Consular staff stayed in the police station with him.
Ah, he
overnight,
only needed to hold out a
fearing
little bit
he could
longer.
leave of his own will at any time.
We're a mess. You got a child in Indonesia by himself, who's as savvy as him, riding motorbikes, organising his own little life over there.
Yeah, probably
Mum
setting up a
and
fucking
Dad
crime
rushed to
syndicate.
Bali. Unfortunately, all direct flights were full, and they too had to go via Perth. But once in Perth, with the clock ticking on that 24 hours, Jetstar stopped them from boarding the international flight.
Ooh.
We couldn't go get on the flight.
Jetstar. Fuck yeah, baby.
Now, and that's when
Seems
my
like the
partner,
kid
my former
infiltrated
partner, said, well,
Jetstar's
how did my
CEO or
12-year-old
something and
son
held him hostage.
get on a flight.
Stop them from getting on the
without
plane.
Being questioned, and you're
I
questioning
want to live in Bali.
us as adults.
We've got to do
Nan was beside herself.
And I was more distraught that things weren't moving along fast enough to get that child back.
Eventually, sanity prevailed, with the airline forcing them to sign a waiver. On the ground, they rushed to the cop shop.
What happened when Mum and Dad were coming down the corridor and you're sitting on that chair?
It was just like them walking in slow motion.
Really?
I could see him through the window and he looked at us as we were driving in, and I think I broke. I was broken by then.
Did you get a smack on the backside first, or did you get a hug and a kiss?
I got a hug off Dad. Mum didn't do anything. She was angry.
We just wanted to know why, how, why did this happen? Why did you want to leave so bad to go to Indonesia when we go every year anyhow?
He was mad at
there was
you.
a lot of emotion there.
All three of them checked into another hotel. Well, you could imagine what she would have said to the staff at the All Seasons.
What kind of hotel allows a child to check in alone?
The boy had a very convincing story.
For the next 2 days, he was never out of their sight. And unlike the 2 boarding passes in, this time they had 3 going out. They've been back a few weeks now.
And he's about to
it's
do it
starting
again.
to sink in.
He was never flagged.
Let's
They
see
never
the
done their
sequel.
job. If they'd done their job, this wouldn't have happened.
You've got to be 18 to vote.
Thanks
You've
for
got
the
to be
tier
18
1
to
hoodie.
Drink, yet you can be 12 and leave the country on your own.
Yeah, that's right. And
That's far more dangerous.
yeah, that's right. And to another country with different laws.
So easily fooling our Australian police, our federal police, customs, everyone. What about those other kids that have gone underage? What about, child trafficking? I'm worried about now. It doesn't kind of relate.
Well, child
to
traffickers
us if you
aren't
start
buying
looking
their own
outside the
plane
box now.
tickets,
Do you know that
to be
things
fair.
could have happened to you over
So, that probably isn't a
I
concern.
was realising.
They're not like signing up to
Because
be
you're a
trafficked.
smart kid. There's no doubt about it. I got a daughter who's 1 year younger than you, and she wouldn't know how to leave our suburb, let alone leave the country and go to another one. So you're very cluey, but sometimes when you're at this age, I say this to my children, you just don't know. There's things in the world that happen and can happen to you.
And you would know too.
Yeah, and we see it in our jobs. There's bad men out there, and they can do things to children.
I keep seeing he does it twice.
Yeah,
Where can I find the
these
second
things that
time?
conjure in your mind and
And
whatever
is
things
the
that
second
are
time, do they
dangerous
still have
out
this
there.
fucking disgusting lip cam? Or did
Yeah,
that man end up
yeah.
in jail?
Kids don't.
Well, we still
This
are
cameraman needs
shocked.
to be fired ASAP.
The
Where's the second one? I'm just gonna type it in like this. I'm sure it'll come up. That didn't work. Does anyone know? Like 10 people have said he does it twice, and I'd like to see the second time.
All right, and what happened to the alert on his passport?
Good question, because
Oh, wait,
I
is
love
it?
that kid. He is super bright.
Is it maybe an
but
epilogue?
So naughty, and he should never have made it out of the country.
no, he shouldn't have. But he's such a likeable rogue. First time I met him, Tracy, he shook my hand and he looked me in the eye and he said, "Nice to meet you, Brady." And when I'd finished the day, "Thank you very much for everything." And that happened a couple of times. He was a lovely, lovely fella. He was a bit like that. Another movie analogy. I'm sorry, but a bit like
I mean, that's
Leonardo
like how
DiCaprio
anyone
in
would
Catch Me If
respond.
You Can. He was likeable, but
Go to the
cunningly
channel and
clever.
search it
there.
You know,
Really?
cunningly clever.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw.
Oh,
Welcome.
does he go to Bali again, or just
We
leave the
begin with-
country? Yeah, I think you're just lying to me, unless this is him. Search 12-year-old. Yeah, alright. Whatever. I don't think that's going to bring it up either. Nope. I'm just going to assume it's not real, and I've been
Hello.
epic pranked. Man, a current affair's got some crazy stories. Caravan park from hell. Is it Bill again? Squatter won't leave after couple take him in. Is it Bill? I want to see this.
Stay the night in any caravan park and you'd expect the comforts of running water and electricity, maybe even a communal shower block. But you won't find any of that at this park. It actually looks more like a rubbish tip.
Fair.
You
Ah,
should
the
watch
beautiful
4 Strokes
central
on
coast
YouTube.
of
I
New
think
South
you will
Wales.
love it.
where the North Gosford
Is that the
Caravan
golfing
Park
thing? Is that
has
a
been
golfing
operating
thing?
now for 5 years.
He actually charges some rent to stay in there.
There's 2 tenants that live in each of them caravans.
Tenants?
Yes, yeah, they pay rent.
Damn.
There's different ages, but they're probably up to 35, 40.
Male and female.
Male and female.
And where are the bathrooms?
There aren't any.
No phone, no light, no working motor car, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe.
I can't believe people would
it's
pay to live
primitive
there.
as can be.
That just goes to show you can sell anything.
Australia's worst caravan park.
Thanks to the prime chicken.
No, I'm not going in there. I'm sorry.
But the resort owner has grand plans.
Well, there's only one of me. Rain wasn't on the day, thank you very much.
At least he put in the umbrellas and deck chairs.
There's no pool.
No, it's a shame. No spa bath or anything.
Oh no, there's a spa bath. I can see one.
Yeah, you
just
got a
here.
spa bath?
Yeah.
But don't expect to see this joint on Getaway anytime soon.
There's people living in there.
They're helping me fix the house up.
But they're not your Hyatt type of client.
How the fuck do you even find this place? Where is it listed? Airbnb?
You have to keep all your doors locked.
You do?
Because you're too worried about these people coming in.
There's some average people that hang around here as well.
Sam lives across the laneway.
I got kids that want to play out in the street, but we don't let them because of this.
Do they interview the couple that
Jeff
lives
and
there? I'd
Joy
like to meet
are
them.
right next door.
It's devalued all the properties in the area.
And Rebecca on the other side says council has done nothing about it.
How long have you been complaining for, Rebecca?
Once a week for the last 9 years.
All the neighbours here
Efficient.
have contacted council.
Yeah.
Are they even sure people live there? It
Year
could
after
just be
year.
corpses by this point.
And nothing happens.
And there's so much of it, it's now falling into neighbouring properties.
That's my land there. He's on my land.
Go
5
beat his
years
ass.
ago, fire engulfed the home that once stood there, rendering it unlivable, you'd think.
I'm sure if their house is burned down, I'll be helping them, but they don't help me.
So with no rent coming in
When
and
life gives
no
you
offers of
lemons,
help, budding
charge
resort
people to live in
magnate
your charred
David
remains, I
Rowland
guess.
decided to bring in caravans, and neighbours fear a second fire is coming.
When I go out, I wet the wood down. In summertime, I wet that timber down. I don't go out unless I wet it.
Roland lives in a nice property away from the mess with his maintenance man, who also doubles up as a would-be David Attenborough, lecturing me on the rats and snakes at the caravan park.
If there's rats, well, there can't be snakes. Because then that means
Well,
that there'll
nature's
be
not
no
working
rats.
perfectly on
He's
that
not
lot
wrong.
of land over
He's
there.
onto
There's a lot
something.
of things not working perfectly, my friend.
Obviously,
On that lot of land over
Thanks for the
there.
resub slap.
You can understand, mate, your house... I'm not talking to you anyway. I'm talking to you. I can understand your house is burned down, mate.
God, that
and
guy looks
that's
so
a bad thing
wise.
that happened. Absolutely.
But he also owns
Here's
an
the thing, though,
actual
Dave.
pile of
You
shit.
keep bringing rubbish into the place. That rubbish wasn't there when the house burned down.
Yeah, there he goes again. There's not much
Thanks
to
to the
see.
Prime, I see you
Well,
know
it is
judo
just
well.
before midnight, but that's a chainsaw Roland is using in his park.
He's trying to quickly vacate the land up here to get that caravan on here quick smart before council do anything about it.
I need someone to put my tools and my possessions. I'm not talking to you guys anymore if you're going to abuse me.
I'm not abusing you, but people have got they've got a right to live in harmony, and you're not making that possible for them.
Well, I want to
I mean,
myself.
to be fair, no one should be living in that. It was their
You decided
choice.
to live over here. It's very nice. Why should they live like that?
We don't know what the circumstances are here, but some hoarders, we are told, have mental health issues. But what of the mental health of those affected?
This is a joke.
And you shouldn't have to put up with
I've got children, they have children.
We know it's not fair.
Okay, I mean, that's a
But we
useless
don't-
argument. Who
Apart
cares?
from talking to people like you, we didn't know what to do.
I was hoping to talk to
It's just a piece of
anyone
shit in the
here at
middle of the road.
Central Coast
Needs to be
Council
burnt down.
about
Doesn't
the
matter if you have kids or
appalling
not.
situation ratepayers find themselves in.
Hate that. Think of the
I
children
had
shit.
many difficult questions for them, but they must have known because they sent me a one-paragraph statement that said, in part, it is not appropriate for council to comment on an ongoing compliance investigation. It has been 5 years. Pathetic.
You got a smile on your face at least. That's good.
Does he live there?
At last.
So does my wife.
For 25 years, yes, 25, Ian and Dunker had to live next door to this.
You just look at it and you just...
Oh wait,
turn
is
away
it
and go,
resolved?
"Oh, help me."
It's not right at all.
Until a current affair with a little more pull than Ian and Dunker got on to Cumberland Council 6 weeks ago.
It's
We'll be
yeah, it's
looking at
Bill in
using our
disguise.
resources and potentially the resources of third party to get a sustainable solution.
Council has been here now.
Every day for 2 weeks.
And will be back later this week. Well done, Cumberland Council.
Good work.
There's absolutely truckloads of it. Probably 4 times a day.
And they're still going.
And they're still going. All right. Thanks very much, Brady.
No worries, mate. Back at the North Gosford Caravan Park,
We're fed up with it.
no such compassion is coming from Central Coast Council.
You have no idea what we are living next to. No one.
Surely there's like a vigilante approach here.
And you've dealt with it.
I'm so sorry the council is ineffective and not doing their job.
Granted, I don't know what it would be
positive.
besides
Something
setting it
gonna
on
be
fire
done.
and ruining your own
When?
property.
In the next 6 months?
In the next 6 months. So if I come back in 6 months, it'll all be cleaned up?
Yeah, hopefully the house will be back up there.
That would be unbearable. The neighbours say they strongly suspect nothing will change, so we
I would like to
will
see a
continue
follow-up.
to ask Central Coast Council when they will finally act.
Man, Current Affair is like the live PD of trivial news. This is nuts. This is nuts. I love it. Oh, hey, look, they actually did follow up.
Of course, we're all used to seeing caravan parks
Oh,
filled
no,
with
this is different.
families and retirees looking to
Just the
kick
same
back
title.
and relax. But this is no ordinary campsite. The residents here are at war with the park's manager, who they say rules the place with an iron fist.
The way it should be. The way God intended.
Ah, the camping life. Usually so scenic, so serene.
Hey.
I feel like I'm living in a dog kennel.
A what?
But in this little park of horrors, residents aren't pitching tents, they're carrying pitchforks.
What would you want to do to him?
Wring his neck.
Their sights are set on one man they call the commandant of the caravan park.
I have work to do. I have work to do.
No, I want to see his face.
Some questions about this caravan park, okay? Hey, look. Oh, no need to lock us in with you.
Basically like living like an animal. It's like living in a prison cell. Definitely. Like, with all the boards.
Yeah, it looks like
all over
shit.
the place.
That fucking sucks.
Home is not so sweet for Matt Drew, who pays $100 a week to live like this.
There's no water connected. I've got no stove, no gas, no nothing. My power cord runs from his shed.
But he says the worst part about living in Moe Gardens in Victoria's East is Paul, the man who runs the joint.
His attitude, the way he talks to you, he tries to tell people what they can and can't do, who they can and can't have at their place.
Cheeky.
Derek and Brian admit things have turned violent.
Like, I've actually hit him in the caravan before. I belted him in the forehead. He goes, "Oh, camera's there." I'm going, "No, it's not. I'm not stupid. I know where the cameras are exactly."
We'll beat him again, but on camera this time. I want to see it.
Prove it. It's your word against mine, Paul.
These residents claim they're being treated like trailer trash and charged for the pleasure.
How much does it cost to use the washing machine?
$4 per
To use
wash.
the dryer?
Dollar per 7.5 minutes.
What?
How about having a shower if you're not a resident?
$5.
Come on. $80 to $100 a week on washing.
And
What
that's
the
just
fuck?
the beginning of Lisa's gripes with Paul. The kids aren't too
Thanks for the
fond of him
resub,
either.
Tug.
What do you guys think of living here?
Scary, sorta. There's stuff that's happened.
Unsafe.
After a recent dispute with him, this family of 8 received a notice to vacate, leaving them down
That's way
and
too many
out
kids
with
for
nowhere
one
to go.
family, man. Why does everyone have so many fucking kids?
No one
It's not
does
the
it.
kids' fault.
A worker told
God
me that,
damn.
like, I've got a good record for houses and stuff, but no one wants to rent with people with 6 kids.
Hi, Paul. Hi. I just want to ask you a quick question. Hi. Why are you running away? Paul, my name's Cr1tikal. I'm from A Current Affair, and we've heard that you rule this
Oh,
caravan.
look at all that
park
reading
with
material
iron
he has there,
fist.
though.
Is that right?
The commodities might make it worth it.
Possibly. What have you been doing here?
Make an appointment.
There's a lot of residents. There's a caravan uprising here. Yes, there is. People are very unhappy with
Those
how
are
they've
high
been
def
treated.
cameras.
A family of 8 is being kicked out.
Thanks to the Prime
Why are
Got
you kicking
Blood.
Lisa out?
Doesn't pay rent.
No need to touch me.
In no mood to discuss the residents' claims, we too were kicked to the curb.
Make an appointment.
Just went through McDonald's drive-through
can't believe
blasting
that reaction.
2019
He's not
guy
even
on
willing
new
to
stereo
talk.
system got some weird
So what would
looks.
you rate it as a caravan?
Fuck yeah, man. Appreciate it.
1.
In a statement, Paul told us Matt made the choice to live in an abandoned van from out the back, which he thought wasn't suitable to live in.
And you
He
still
claims
charge him?
Lisa's kids aren't scared of him, and that he tried to help her by offering her a cleaning job. As for Brian, he says he offered to give him accommodation to repair a van in lieu of rent. These Aussies know taking a stand will most likely see them evicted, but that might be a good thing for everyone.
It's worth it to see.
Well, just leave then.
Yes, and Paul also claims the laundry and dryer charges that he inflicts on people are not excessive.
Well, they certainly are. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Standoff between, oh, I love this shit. They're just such small, trivial cases. Fuck. This is the kind of shit I love. All right, let me see the standoff.
First, the extraordinary standoff between a homeowner and a squatter. It's Julie's house, it's in her name, and she pays the mortgage. But for more than 2 years, Teresa Smith has been living there, slowly destroying it. And unbelievably, not even police can kick her out.
Squatters' rights, baby. You love them.
She's destroyed me. She's destroyed me.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Bash you, Julie, when I get my hands on you. What do you want?
How long has she been?
God, she's
2.5
scary
years.
looking.
It's a
The
long time,
embodiment
yeah.
of meth.
A long, long time. You know, it's just destroyed.
Teresa, can I please talk to you?
This lady looks like Q from the new James Bond movies.
I just want to know why. I just want to know why.
Not Q. M.
I did like my house, and I love the garden. Yeah.
This was Julie Pern's house only 3 years ago. Chooks in the yard, fruit on the trees. But it was more than just a pretty patch.
This
it
is
was
nice
the place
looking.
that held her final memories of her dear father.
We had to put my stepmum in a nursing home, and she passed away, and Dad lived with me. So it was the last place he lived with me, and he loved it as much as I did.
Julie's dad Ian became ill in 2016 and she had to place him in a nursing home an hour away. So she hopped in her motorhome and hit the road so she could be close by. She leased her property out to a family friend, Nathan Atkinson. But when she returned after her father's death, she discovered that Nathan had left and his sister, Teresa Smith, had moved in with her kids.
And she was
Are her eyes that big, or is there something wrong with the photograph? That was like looking at a Sasquatch photo. What the fuck was that?
And that was that.
Looked
was
out
late
of a fucking
2016.
Alita Battle Angel.
Julie claims that ever since, no rent has been paid on her Deniliquin property. The only money that Teresa has handed over was to cover 2 large power bills more than 18 months ago. Not wanting to sour her relationship with the family, Julie says she's been patient, given Teresa space, tried to set up a formal rental agreement, and then even tried to get her financial help.
You've gone out of your
Aw,
way
she's so
to
sweet.
try and get her help, really.
Yes, yes. To get a rent assistance, to get everything organised, and nothing. She's lost a pension, or she's sick, or the kids are sick, or and then it went from that, I'm squatting, so you can't do anything about it.
And unfortunately,
There's
she's
dozens of
right.
messages from you in there asking her for renting
Once
with this
squatting
boy, and she
rights
doesn't
kick
want
into
money.
effect, the only thing you can do is pray that Jesus strikes it with lightning or something, because you're fucked.
Throughout this entire period,
Squatters' rights are
Julie
like
has
all
continued to
encompassing.
pay off her mortgage
They could
and
commit
pay the
murders
bills
in
for
that
her
house,
home.
and if they're a squatter, the police can't go in.
In the meantime, with skin cancer and heart issues, Julie's health is failing her, and surviving on a pension, her financial health isn't much better. Julie has served 3 eviction notices upon Teresa, all of which have been ignored. She's tried to call the local police, only to be told they can't get involved until she's obtained a court order. But now she's been told by the New South Wales Civil and Administrative Tribunal, NCAT, that the case will be a difficult one as there was never an official rental agreement.
And such a shame.
At her wit's end, she called us.
Excuse me, Teresa.
And we decided to
together,
just
we
burn
went
it
to
down.
try and talk to Teresa.
Terrible. It's not fair.
Not surprisingly, Teresa didn't want to speak to us.
It's destroyed. Shed round the back's empty from all my tools, but have a look at the house.
I'm gonna bash you, Julie, when I get my hands on you. What do you want?
Teresa? Teresa? Teresa, it's Alison Petrowski from A Current Affair. We just wanted to have
Come
a
out
word
with
to you
your
about the
hands in the
property and what
air.
you're doing here.
And the meth on the ground, please.
Teresa, I really need to move home. I'm not well. Have the decency come and talk to us,
What the
please,
fuck does that even
Teresa.
mean, Snedge?
Come on.
Teresa, what sort of example are you setting for your kids by doing this?
Thanks to the Prime, Frank.
You okay, Julie?
Yeah.
The house has been turned inside out. Furniture has been discarded.
Look at the bed up there. I mean, for God's sake.
The front door's broken, and so are remnants of Julie's precious garden. And it gets worse. Her garage door is busted. A car Julie left inside looks to be damaged.
It looks
There's bags of
pristine to me.
trash
That looks
lying
right off the
everywhere.
lot.
A used nappy in the driveway. And all the personal touches that Julie had put on her little cottage now leave a sour taste.
Love where you are. How does she look like she loves it? Don't think so. Teresa, can I please talk to you?
One dead Teresa, if you could just have the courtesy to come out and have a chat to Julie. I mean, it is her property.
Not anymore. She has squatter's rights, which means she's like super owner now.
Sorry? Don't swear, Teresa. Just come out and see.
Got a camera crew with you, Julie.
So what? You
Tell it away and you're a liar.
What? You think you're in here?
Julie, you're a liar.
As far as she's concerned,
I can
she's-
hear the bath salts
she's
now.
got the rights and she's there.
This is
That-
more
and
serious
she's
than I
told me
thought.
that. You know,
We'll
it's
need an
her place.
exorcist.
She tells me to get off her property, get out of her house.
I understand why you're paying your mortgage.
Thanks to the Prime,
still.
Sneddy and
Why are you
James.
still paying the other things? Have you been tempted to cut her off?
The rates? No, because she's got kids living there, and I couldn't do that.
Squatters' rights do exist in Australia,
And
but there's
everywhere.
some very clear rules around it, and it's not an easy thing to claim.
According to Leo Patterson-Ross, the Senior Policy Officer of the Tenancy Union of New South Wales, you need to be squatting for 12 years before you can claim ownership. He says Julie's only real option to remove Teresa is to go to NCAT once again and plead her case.
Then it may be that actually the tribunal dismisses the case and says this isn't a tenancy, there is no legal relationship here, which makes it very clear though for the owner to say that you're trespassing on my property and call the police.
But it's never that easy
Julie
with squatters.
is doubtful after her previous experience with red tape trying to go to the tribunal. She's now also attempting to engage a solicitor, but is worried about the potential costs.
Imagine living in a non-free country.
She set up camp a couple of kilometres from
You
her
know,
house
squatters'
and says
laws
she's not
exist
leaving
in every
till she
country,
gets her
everywhere.
home back.
There's no guarantee.
US
if I go
has
to
them too,
Switzerland,
man.
20, 30,000. That will
Squatting
be
shit is
around
everywhere. It's huge.
So where are you left? No, not a good place.
It's awful. Following more legal advice, Julie's going to deliver
God, look at
another
that shit.
termination notice for rent arrears to Teresa this week.
Looks like the fucking
and will
boogeyman,
return
La
to the
Llorona or
tribunal
something.
to try to get her out.
Good luck, Julie. Godspeed in that boss battle. Hold on, I think there's actually a show for squatters. I don't remember what it's called, though. Not the UK one. UK shows are really goddamn boring. What the fuck is it called? I watched it a long time ago. I don't think I'm gonna remember it. It was on primetime, though. Yeah, but I fucking can't stand squatters. I hate that shit. Squatting on the squatter. I've seen this. This is kind of cool. What a great show. This is good. I don't know why no one's suggested this before. This is the perfect amount of trivial bullshit that I love. This is beautiful. Thank you, Current Affair. See, like, look at this shit. Neighbors say mom's Christmas lights are too bright. Like, these stories are incredible. This is the
Welcome
real
back.
news.
Katie Rayner and her kids love putting up their Christmas lights. Some of
This
their
really is
neighbours
just like
aren't so
straight
happy.
fucking
They've
boomer
complained
news.
to council that the lights are too bright.
In another news, we
Rayners
found
want
2
them to
cats in a
lighten
tree
up.
that were safely escorted down. On the scene is Roy.
They're definitely acting like Grinches. It's
Thanks for the
literally
tier
full
1
of city.
extreme elixir.
They're the bright, nightly reminder that Christmas is just around the corner, but for one suburban mum, it's causing headaches in her street.
I was in shock. I didn't know that you could complain about lights at all.
Last year, Katie
Ooh.
Rayner put on her first Christmas
Damn.
lights display. Solar-powered, the lights draped over her front hedge
That looks nice.
and hung across the front of her home. For 4-year-old son Archie, who has autism, Katie says it was the first time
What was that?
he really got into the Christmas spirit.
Is the
What was it
autism
like
important to the
hearing
story?
Archie
Because that just
acknowledge
seemed like it
Christmas for
came
the
out of
first time?
nowhere.
I cried because I
You
never
just
thought
said
it
her
would
and her
happen.
son.
Like, honestly, I never thought he'd speak. So actually hearing him and get excited about things, I cried. It's just like joy.
But it seems Katie's neighbours weren't as joyous, with 10 complaints lodged to the Brisbane City Council.
Pretty much immediately got letters from the council, email from the
What a
council.
joyless
and then a
neighborhood.
visit from the council.
The neighbours claimed the lights were left on 24/7 and shone brightly
Good.
into bedrooms. These photos provided by
well,
a
that's a little-
neighbour show more lights strung along her back
That's pretty
patio.
bright.
So the council insisted Katie turn the lights off by 10 every night.
I tried my best to comply with everything that the council said to me. So I was trying to do the 10 p.m. turn off.
This year, to avoid similar complaints, Katie decided to be proactive, writing up this letter to her neighbours, telling them of her display, adding, if at any point our lights become a nuisance, please
Oh, I
don't
bet she
hesitate
regretted
to
that.
knock on our door. Katie letterbox dropped
I
the
guarantee
note
that shit poured in
posted it
faster
on
than a Reddit
Facebook,
hot
which
take comment
received
thread.
plenty of feedback.
It has been absolutely phenomenal. It's been so positive, which has made me feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Katie's neighbours that we spoke to didn't want to appear on camera. They told us it's not just the Christmas lights coming from the property, but other lights and noise that has been causing them so much grief. They just hope it doesn't escalate this Christmas.
What a
Katie
sad
admits her
life.
regular
Oh, all
house
that
lights
Christmas
stay
spirit
on at
next
the
door
front
is
of the
making me
property
real
all
mad.
year round.
Damn,
A
I
neighbour
can't
was
beat my
broken
wife in
into.
privacy anymore
One
with
person in the
silence? Come
street
on.
told us it would be
I'm
nice
writing a
if
letter.
These lights could be turned off at a respectable hour so people can get to sleep.
Under police direction, they say keep your front patio light on 24/7 because it deters criminals. So we do that. And then I got a complaint about that as well.
To appease the neighbours, Katie says she won't be putting Christmas lights down the side of her house this year.
Aw.
But preparations are underway for the rest of the property. So this is the start of your 2019 display?
It is. We got decided last night, why not start putting them up? We won't actually turn them on yet till the December 1st.
Are you hopeful this year it'll be a bit easier than last year?
Oh, definitely, definitely. And this year, because Archie's involved, I want to get him out here and help me put up lights.
Katie's neighbourhood and
God, that looks
Brisbane's
so
western
cool.
suburbs are well known
Who the
for
fuck is gonna complain about that? Are you kidding me?
with hundreds of festive
Around my
well-wishers
entire
turning out
fucking
every year
city,
to
the
have
most
a
lights you'll find is one strand hung up from a tree by accident because someone got into a fight. And in an attempt to strangle someone with the lights, they lost control and threw it in a tree.
A lady
I'd
rang
love
me
to
said
see
she's
shit
had
like
10
that. Are you
complaints
kidding me?
from neighbours about her Christmas lights. Do you think they're being Grinches?
Yeah.
I like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
They brighten up things and the kids love it.
I think as long as they're not imposing on people's bedroom
They're fine?
sleep, they're fine, yeah. We're all for it.
Sydney-siders, Melburnians
is
and the
so
rest of the
cool.
country also get into the festive cheer.
Oh, that's not her house.
But
There's
it
no way
seems
that's her
not
house.
everyone wants their street lit up like a Christmas tree. What do you think about them?
I hate them.
Why?
Well, fuck you.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think we need a time of the year to be grateful.
It should be 24/7?
Yeah.
Christmas is a time for family.
What a
and
shitty
not
perspective.
complaints.
Katie
I hate
says
something
she's
that unites
prepared for
people
more
and to
complaints this
be
year,
nice.
but hopes a little
Bah
Christmas
humbug.
cheer can ease the mood.
I'm not going to let it discourage me. I'm not going to let it take Christmas away from Archie. I'll just hand out some candy canes and some boxes of chocolates to the neighbours. Maybe that'll sweeten the deal a little bit better.
God, this fucking channel is awesome. This is fucking cool. What else we got? I can't stop now. I'm so invested. Does vegan Vegemite really taste different? Well, I gotta know. I mean,
well, like Coca-Cola,
with a title like that, I gotta know.
KFC's 11 herbs and spices, the exact recipe for Vegemite is a closely guarded secret, unchanged for almost 100 years. But some fans say it's just not the same since being labelled vegan. We put it to the test.
What are you having for breakfast?
Vegemite on toast.
Said no kid ever. Isn't Vegemite just like caterpillar shit?
It's Australia's favourite spread. But
This looks like propaganda to me.
A rose in every cheek.
And I reckon that their consistency and their flavour had changed without a doubt.
Man, the taste, it's just fabulous. There's nothing like it.
How do you make Vegemite?
Please explain. After 96 years,
Well, you
Vegemite
raided
has
a
progressed with the
barnyard
times.
and looked for the
salty
droppings.
Spread, now officially
And voila,
certified as
Vegemite.
vegan.
So we're constantly listening to our consumers, and over 10% of the Australian population is now adhering to vegetarian diets. So we just want to make sure that we're a brand that's available to all Australians.
Adam McNamara is the Executive General Manager of Bega Foods. He's adamant the recipe hasn't changed.
I can absolutely assure you, nothing has changed with Vegemite in terms of its formulation. The only change now you'll see is a logo on the back of pack, which again certifies the product as being vegan friendly.
Just that
So
word
we took
makes
it to the
things
streets
taste
to
worse,
ask
though.
the
You have to realize
devotees,
that.
The true lovers of Vegemite.
There's more to
what
flavor
they
than just the actual taste. There's smell, which is a big component, and then vegan,
Or a slider.
which is another big component. If it's there, it's going to be tasting worse.
No worries. So that's vegan certified. Yep. Do you think it tastes any different?
No.
So what do you think's changed about Vegemite?
It's nowhere near as salty and as bitey as it used to be. It used to be a really grab your mouth and a lot of salt.
Tastes the same to me. Yeah.
Taste any different?
Can't tell the difference.
Very similar. Probably needs a bit more Vegemite on that.
I like it strong. So.
I didn't know people actually unironically liked Vegemite.
What if I told you that
I thought it was just an Australian meme.
Oh, awesome. Good job. My mum's vegan, she'll be happy.
Vegan or not, these little Vegemites are still happy to tuck into the spread.
So it was all a
something like that
hoax.
bakery, it hits a lot of memories for people.
Rod Shakui is an artisanal baker and entertainment chef. He uses Vegemite in a number of his recipes.
What the fuck is an
They
entertainment
always come back
chef?
to it, they trust it. Or if
He does like
someone doesn't
magic
know
tricks
it,
while he cooks
then
food?
you want to show off.
Back at Vegemite HQ in Port Melbourne, there is a little disclaimer. Mr. McNamara explains the flavour of Vegemite may change over time thanks to the main ingredient, yeast.
The characteristics of Vegemite does change over time, much like the way cheese.
This
and wine
guy's
matures
skin
over
looks like
time
it's
as
made
well.
out of Vegemite.
So this is 100%
He looks like he's
the
perpetually
same
sweating.
Vegemite we've all grown up with.
Or maybe it's because he is sweating, because it is vegan Vegemite that's been changed and
Guarantee
altered.
Nothing has changed.
Perverted.
However, I do have one confession to make. There has been a change to the label where you can now get your own personalised jar.
Oh, okay.
And here it is.
What?
The newest addition to the range. Mini
You bet your ass I'm importing a Charlie Vegemite for myself to enjoy.
Oh, I love it. I don't know if
Give myself a goddamn Vegemite enema.
Whether personalising a label or satisfying those salty cravings abroad, Vegemite and their merchandise can now be shipped to the United Kingdom, the USA, and
I like how they
Canada
turned
for
this
the
story
first
into an ad.
What do you think of it?
Flawless.
It's very unique. I've never tasted something similar to that.
Yes.
But I like it.
Giving our veggie mates overseas a little taste of home.
It's Vegemite. Tastes like Australia.
I think we all look back on our childhood with fond memories, and you know, when you're away from home,
Vegemite
away from
would not
family,
be
I
one of
think it's
those
important that
memories.
You think about the things that give you comfort, and Vegemite's certainly a
Maybe
brand
I'm
that does
shitting
that.
on it and I'm wrong. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna try some Vegemite soon.
Oh, 100%. 100%, yeah. I wouldn't move overseas unless I could get Vegemite. Yeah.
That's huge.
It's an Aussie icon.
I'm gonna have to try some fucking Vegemite. What else we got? So many incredible stories. Just so much to
These
take
people
in.
who complain in Hoa should be shot. Vegemite tastes like a plant's asshole came into a pine cone. Gross. Keep doing God's work.
I can't speak on the flavor of Vegemite, but I can tell you it looks like that description from the outside perspective. What else we got? Fuck. Who recommended this again? Which one of you brought us on the squatter rabbit hole, which led us to current affair? This is fucking awesome. Just so many trivial stories. I feel like I'm gathered around at like Thanksgiving, and my family's just complaining to me about like these local stories. It's something just so wholesome about these things. God damn. Fucking love this. Alright, where are we at?
I'm not saying it's related, but I ate Vegemite once and I had a stroke 2 days later.
Did you have vegan Vegemite or the original blend? Perhaps it's something with the vegan labeling. I really didn't know people actually ate Vegemite for fun. Fuck. Alright, what do we got? Thanks for the prime, Liam. Fuck. Alright. What do we got? None of these are really catching my eye right now. Dangerous new Barbie drug being sold on social media? Thanks for the prime. Lit. We'll just go with lit. No, I'm sticking on this channel. I'm going to be calling it a night here in a little bit, and I just want to finish with more of these stories. Thanks for the tier 2 resub, Aiden. Golf ball? Golf ball Blitzkrieg, is that on here? Thanks for the prime star and Pab. Country locals fed up with city slicker business owners' behavior. I'm in it.
How does a humble rural car washing business alienate a community? The two city boys who had a tree change and opened the business are now embroiled in the mother of all personality clashes with
damn you, evil car wash executives.
On us either.
Damn you straight to hell.
Come on, Dave, no need to run.
They're just...
Christ, the high-speed chase!
The word I can use for them is just rude assholes.
Wearing a golden watch and a trench coat.
Fuck.
Because
super
they
villain.
Money, they think that everybody's beneath their feet.
Do you want to speak to our solicitor? Why are you going cross-country, David?
Grab the lasagna and I just throw it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Have you done anything?
You fucking lasagna the car wash?
Disgusting.
Those doors can never open again.
If they don't want to get on with the other humans around them, that's their prerogative.
If there's ever a way to make yourself unwelcome in
Thanks
a
to
new
the prime
town,
team in the
then
resub,
David
Alex.
I've got nothing to say to you.
And the tier
and his
1
partner
Leon.
Walter
fancy a chat?
might be doing just that.
Some people fit into the country quite well.
Turns out Walter White owns this car wash.
What advice do you have for Walter and David?
Leave town.
Really? Really?
Honest opinion, leave town.
Don't mess with a small community.
Who would have thought a couple's dream move to the countryside would turn into one almighty dust-up with the locals? Well, get ready for the wealthy city slickers versus the humble country folk in Australia's great car wash controversy.
Wow, valet
And
service
boy,
for a car wash. That is
bristling with
fancy.
anger around here.
Those damn city slickers. They got those deep ass pockets here at this car wash, bringing that city life in here.
It's a balmy 30 degrees in Mudgee, central New South Wales, but things are a bit frosty at the MG Car Wash and Cafe. It was recently opened by two ex-Sydney-siders, solicitor David Morris in the apron and his life partner Walter Dusseldorf in the Akubra,
What
the
a
son of the
name.
late Bentley's chairman Dick Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf.
And it's fair to say the boys'
That's
venture
Harry
into
Potter
the car
shit.
wash game
The plumber
is
from
off
hell
to
is
a
the best
slippery
story.
start.
True
Well, I
Aussie
took it to the
pride.
car wash and it's been completely scratched.
I'll
Looks
check it
like
out.
it's been washed with an outside broom.
When Blake and Hannah complained their ute had been scratched during their first visit to MG Car Wash, they say they copped a worse spray from David and Walter.
They were just belligerent fools. The situation became hostile very, very quickly.
Describe hostile.
Swearing at us, yelling at us, raising their voice.
So
That's his
Hannah
car washing
filed
business,
some
baby.
online feedback. When Walter and David responded, alleging the couple were scamming them for a new paint job, Mudgee leapt to the locals' defence.
Ooh.
500 comments,
70 shares
Fucking blasted
later,
on social media.
It's gone from a review of
Thanks for the Prime
4.3
move.
down to a review of 1 in a matter of 24 hours.
There were suspicions the haters were supporters of Ed, who runs a competition car wash
Thanks for
across town.
the Prime chance.
Ed, how many groupies have you got?
Oh, look, Steve, I've got plenty of groupies. It's taken me 15 years to get a lot of groupies to use my car wash, and that's what it is when you're in a small
That is
country town.
fucking awesome.
But then former staff started coming forward,
Car
saying
wash
they couldn't
groupies.
tolerate David and
Brand
Walter's
loyalty
temper
to the car
tantrums.
wash. Now we're feeling it.
Ex-car wash attendant Stephen got the boot after just one day, so he threw his lasagna square at David.
Did it hit him?
No, I didn't hit him.
And you lost your job and then you threw away your lunch.
Well, I wasn't really hungry anyway.
The Sydney-siders were also locked in a dispute with their IT supplier over money.
Then it wasn't wasted.
Well, plumber Dan is disgusted he had to enlist the help of a solicitor to get his $8,000 bill settled.
It doesn't matter whether you're in a small country town or you're in New York City. You're not doing yourself any favours by carrying on like that.
With all this negativity swirling around, we offered the floor to David and Walter to respond.
This looks like a nice car wash.
How are you?
Oh,
G'day,
shit.
David, Steve Marshall of Current Affair. Walter, Steve Marshall of Current Affair. I'd like to have a chat to you about the dispute you have with the good folk of Mudgee. There is no dispute. You sure?
I am
Walter,
starting to
what's
think there is a
happening?
dispute.
Are you abusing customers, sir, Walter? Mr. Dusseldorp, are you abusing customers or anything like that? David, would you...
Man,
would you
when
like to
Current
have a
Affair
chat?
comes around, the villains scurry away.
Gents.
Like fucking
With
Scooby-Doo and the
Russo,
Mystery
Walter,
Gang
and
coming
David
in.
emerging from the
God
back
damn.
office,
Dave, can I at least order a gelato?
we took the opportunity to chat with the car wash's lone customers.
What? They have their own
not
food court?
experienced anything bad on happening with it. That's why I keep coming back.
But Walter and David didn't want to know about the favourable feedback.
Walter, look, the lady out... The
Wait a moment, this is our solicitor.
The lady out there was like...
You
she
want
gave
to
you a good...
speak to our
she gave
solicitor
you,
or not?
Look,
Do you want to speak to our solicitor?
Look, Walter, look...
David dragged Walter away by his belt as if he's walking the couple's French
End
Labrador.
on Cinder, trust
Prince
me.
has received
Also,
the royal treatment
thanks
ever
for
since
all
they
the
flew him in
laughs,
from Paris.
Charlie.
Apart
You're the
from
new
time
favourite
Walter
channel of me
accidentally
and my
left Prince in the
girlfriend.
car on a
Well, that
hot
was sweet.
day
Thank you, Leon.
outside the beautician's
The cider
place.
making? I'll check it
That
out.
could have been quite serious, something really terrible
still
could
have
have
it
happened
queued.
if he wasn't let out in time.
Police were called, the dog got out just in time.
Clearly a brain fade from a man who loves his animals. Walter and David have even set up their own doggy charity at their sprawling residential proproperty in Mudgee's most
So what exactly are they doing
suburb,
wrong except being
locally
better
known
than the local
as
car
Snobs
wash?
Hill. Here they house, retrain and adopt out ill-treated canines. But even with all this goodwill, the couple is in the doghouse with their neighbours for building an ugly fence to keep the dogs in.
Oh, they're different? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I thought this was
Absolutely.
the same car
Yeah.
wash.
Big time. And it will, yeah, what goes around comes around, and it will.
Walter, have you done anything to upset the locals? Why are you angry?
We spotted David in the street.
David?
Jesus, Current
I only
Affair
got
is
a couple of
relentless.
questions, David.
We found David taking a shit behind a bush
Scenic route home.
and charged
Seems though
him.
you're terribly unpopular. Why are you going cross-country, David? No need to go cross-country.
David and Walter named their charity after their dear friend, Barbara's Dog Rescue. We saw 3 pups on site, but it appears this is as close as anyone around here has got to adopting any of them.
It's closed. When will you be open again? Yep.
Locals are even
Damn, that's
more
a big
perplexed
guy
over
right
how
there.
well groomed the charity's bank balance is. Last year's financials show David and Walter's charity had an income of $1.5 million.
I would say either his couple of dogs he's got eating caviar for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or it's complete BS.
I wouldn't expect to see a lost stray.
Hey, it's
or homeless
Australian
dog
Piers Morgan.
anywhere in the state of New South Wales or even surrounding states.
We asked Chartered Accountant Max Newham to take a look at the books, as most of the charity's money appears to be tied up in company shares in the form of a bequest.
It'll be interesting to see what the 2019 accounts disclose, and if nothing else, if I was in the ATO or the Australian Charities and Not-for-Profit Commission, I'd be wanting to have a bit of look and make sure that there is actually something happening within this charity.
David wasn't keen on a
God, they
powwow
found him
about the
again.
purchase.
We broke into David's house to get an answer.
Are you busy finding dogs new homes? Is that what's happening? No need to hide your face, David. If you're doing nothing wrong, then why hide your face?
Because I didn't invite you to take my photo, that's why.
It's a video, David.
Going back and shopping, are we? Got a few bottles of wine there. It has been a hard day, has it?
You can't blame David and Walter wanting to take the edge off. It's tough times. They even copped a serve from the city rangers about their car wash sign blocking the footpath. But perhaps
Dude,
the best
Current
advice
Affair is
comes
fucking
from Farmer
awesome.
Max, who sold the property where the couple now live.
Oh, just get
This
on
is
with
real
people.
journalism.
That's the whole
Fucking
thing.
chasing a
Just
man through the
chill out,
streets.
get on with people, and you know, and two wrongs don't make a right. That's the bottom line. So just get on with people, and that's what Mudgee's all about, isn't it?
Fuck yeah. I love Current Affair, man. This is great. This is fucking great. Oh, God. Alright. There's something about golf balls that people wanted, so I'll do that. And then I'll do the cider making thing and then call it a night. Where's the golf balls? Go top right. No. Third row. Am I a fucking idiot? Which one of these is golf balls? Wait, what am I not seeing? In this row, which of these is... it says Golf Ball Blitzkrieg in the thumbnail. I was reading the title. I see it now. I see it now. Calm down. Jesus Christ. I get it now. I was looking for Golf Ball Blitzkrieg in the title, but it was the thumbnail. I get it.
Camrul says he bought his home next to a golf
The
course
Plumber
for
One
the
Bro
Serenity.
is amazing.
But as you're
I
about
am
to
the Plumber
see,
One,
that
then I'm
decision
calling it a night.
almost cost him his life.
Ooh, good shot.
It's like a death trap for us.
He's lucky he hasn't got a cracked skull.
It's like a bullet.
It's like a bullet.
It's a nightmare to me. When I touch him, he's alive. I can't believe he's here. He's here.
They break windows, they
What happened?
dent cars.
Did he get hit
they
by a
break
golf ball?
tiles on roofs. I think this is about the first time I've heard of someone being hit.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Sore?
It is.
Yeah, it must have hurt like
We
a
all know
bitch.
there's no such thing as the perfect neighbour, but spare a thought for Camrul. Smacked fair square in the forehead by a flying golf ball after he parked his car.
I like
in
how
his
for the
driveway.
reenactment here, they're just throwing golf balls at his house too.
But they put some glues on there.
Oh, they've glued your head
Yes.
together.
Hey, do you mind if I break one of your
ball
windows?
Came from a
Okay, cool.
remorseful golfer playing on the course next door.
I was going there inside the house, and the blood was dripping all the way. And then I went into the house.
Thanks to the
So the
prime
blood was
Crandon.
dripping all the way
It's
into the
dripping all
house.
the way.
I saw my husband bleeding. I haven't seen this scene ever. I have seen in the movie. People are bleeding like that. Any moment he might die.
Camrul's brush with death has raised serious safety concerns. And
You know, they're talking about
divided
death
the
really
peaceful
lightly with like a
Is he a
Banjo-Kazooie
golfer?
soundtrack in the
No.
background.
boys on a golf course for? Seriously.
Him getting hit in the head, that was just unlucky.
While the course owners come up with an extraordinary explanation for the blitzkrieg of balls pummeling properties.
The crows pick it up and throw it everywhere.
So the crows pick the ball up
Pick
with
up
the
the ball?
beak
Yes, yes.
and drop it everywhere.
That's right.
So we put
What?
the claims of bird bandits and course carnage to the test.
Why is he framing the birds?
The Macquarie
You buy a house on a golf
International
course, the
Golf
expectation
Club
is your
west of
shit's getting
Sydney
pummeled.
Is a championship course. Kerry-Ann Kennelly graces the fairways as a celebrated member. The course is now surrounded by a gated community of upmarket homes and
Fucking
apartments.
nutsack is
I thought it
sticking
was
to my
a
thighs.
bird that had crashed into my window. So I was so scared and I told my dad, I'm like, I think it was a golf ball.
Camrul's daughter Rafia is a nervous wreck over the number of golf balls smashing into the family home.
We've been like complaining about it for 3 years and we've been saying this can happen, someone's gonna get hit and then someone dies.
The blood is like a flowing.
I
through
hope while
my-
they're interviewing
my
him, he
sh-
catches
the
another
t-shirt
mean
and
golf
everything
ball
at
in the
that
chin or
time.
something.
It's blood from
Just another rogue golf ball slams him.
Camel blood.
Camrul's an accountant and reckons he's almost lost count of the number of balls that have torpedoed into his property.
From there, they hit the ball, and the ball is start going in there.
It comes over the fence.
Over the fence.
Over the fence, not through the fence.
No.
But golfers say the complaints are out of bounds.
It's like going next to the airport and complaining about noise.
If you know that's a possibility, why would you not take precautions like put a net up or wear a helmet?
We're going to conduct an
net up.
experiment, so this is for your own safety.
We're gonna have a professional golfer beam one at you and see if it helps. Oh my god, is that actually what they're doing?
Reckons he's collected over 100 balls that have been launched into his front yard over the past 2 years. So we're going to put the danger claim to the test and hit 100 of our own and see what the outcome is.
Let's see if we can kill him this time. See if we can finish the job. This is journalism, baby! The story's about a man who caught a golf ball to the skull and almost died, so their solution is to see if they can hit him with a golf ball.
And another 15 metres away from the tree-lined course boundary. Now, the above-average golfer like me hits the ball a lot further than that. The odd shot that does clear the trees finds roofs well past Cr1tik's home. So, it appears it's the below-average golfer, course hackers like cameraman Nick and soundy Scotty, who could be
horrible
causing
form.
Cr1tik
Horrible
and his
form.
clan all their headaches. Shut your eyes, Cr1tikal.
Jesus, this is embarrassing.
Aim at your house on purpose. So, what does that tell you about the quality of golfer here at Macquarie Links?
That I can see the maybe he never play any golf.
Thanks to the tier 1 Brendan Fraser.
It's purely amateur player.
Chandru.
Pardon?
I'm Chandru, I'm the owner.
Oh, Chandru, Steve Marshall from A Current Affair.
What happened?
The neighbour has complained about...
Course owner Chandru says Cr1tik's accident is a one-off. And he
I did
blames
not
the
know that,
number of
Raleigh.
golf
That's big.
balls found in homes near the course on local bird life.
1,000 crows come in and we lose 2,000-3,000 balls every year. On that particular day, I lost a lot of balls myself, right, when you're playing. So the crows pick it up and throw it everywhere.
So the crows pick the ball up
Pick
with
up
their
the
beak?
ball, yes, yes.
And drop it everywhere?
That's right.
Hey, it's my ball.
Chandru's theory is backed up by clips on YouTube.
Holy shit.
That's my ball.
And Macquarie Links golfers.
They're just being crows. They think the balls are eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do. But I wouldn't pick
Thanks
on
for
the
the
crows.
resub, Logan.
Have you ever seen a crow drop a ball in your yard?
Never ever. I didn't see the crows here.
Actually, no, where are the
I'm
crows?
not serious.
Where are the crows?
I don't know. I didn't look at it once.
We tried to lure a few of the beaked baddies out into the open, but the crows aren't
Ooh, that was
taking the
almost
bait.
a really good shot there.
And these aren't the birdies we were hoping for.
That bird's not bothered?
The crows can throw the ball on the cars.
Chandru says it's not crow season yet, but when it is, it could be curtains for the crows.
No, we hire a professional guy.
God, you're a cunt waffle. Jesus Christ.
The crows. We did a couple of times, but then they keep on coming from everywhere. But we lose a lot of balls, and crows have thrown balls on cars, this, that.
All Cr1tik's family want is a large net put up between the course and their home.
The view is less important than someone...
What the fuck is crow season anyway?
This is the answer.
Yeah.
It's not like pumpkin
see
spice
through the view.
lattes, man. Crows are not in season.
Course owner Chandru supports the netting solution, but there's a financial sticking point.
Who should pay for the net to be put up?
We should not pay because we are paying starter levy.
Chandru says the strata management, which looks after the gated community, should cough up the dough for the net.
G'day, Gary.
But strata manager Gary says the responsibility is with the golf club.
It's their players, it's their golf
Obviously.
balls. I mean, certainly there's houses around it, but they deal with it usually on an individual basis. So they don't have a hard and fast policy, but I know they have sort of compensated people in the past.
And they say that we can't take the liability and we can't say who did it, but as your neighbor we can help you. We can help
How would
you
you ever know
by
who hit
paying
that
you
golf
off,
ball?
but
There's not going to be
there's
like
no
DNA
solution.
on it.
Do you see the hole?
Which brings us to Dr. Saddik's family, which lives opposite another hole on the course.
There's a hole. Oh, no, I see it. I see it, Doctor. You've had 2 broken windows
Yeah,
in your car.
my car has been like twice, and my sister's cars as well, once. My husband's car had dents by the balls.
We don't need money, we don't need kind of compensation, but we need something to protect us. And I think the golf club, it's up to them to be able to take that step.
Yeah,
it's
but if
just
they're
a
not
matter of
losing
time
money, they're not
before
gonna do
someone else
that.
gets hurt.
If the golf club isn't directly in danger of losing money, they're not going to just pay for a fucking net. They're not gonna care if old Pop Wiggleberry catches 100 golf balls in the chest every week. As long as he's not coming after them legally. But hopefully they put up that net. God damn it. Thanks for the resub, Deva. Oh, Devastate. I see it now. This better be some great cider. Is this a slideshow or a video? Ah, now we're in it.
Making cider, look. Here I am making cider. I'm making cider, look.
Is this John McAfee in disguise?
Cider. But you can't hang your dick in there because it'll take the end off. Yeah. Just checking for mag off.
You know, I've never seen cider being made.
Lovely cider. Don't tell tax, man.
Damn, the Joker out here. All right. Is this an acting reel? It's usable. Yeah.
Hey Moisture Man, love your streaks and bits. Was wondering if
See,
you have
I'll
a
put it in
schedule
this
for
bit.
when you do
There.
these chatting streams.
No, I stream pretty much every day, and if I don't really plan out what I do. So it could be just chatting, could be me playing with my ball sack under the desk. You never really know what to expect. That being said, tomorrow I'm playing Shenmue 3 because I want to play it. So I guess that one can be expected. Thanks, Sharp Hand Job. That's a nice boat you got there, Captain Ahab.
Then after making 3 of them, 3 of those little bits, let's see,
Thanks for the prime fishy stick.
the liquid started to roll at the end. You see? Yeah. Yeah, jack it down and there's the juice running out of the hole.
When it's all said and done, he's making cider.
I made this, by the way. Ha! I made this!
He's not wrong. I'll leave it a like. I am impressed.
Well, while I'm at this run, I'm going to cut some more apples. Second coming! Did she come? She came! Oh, yeah.
What's happening? What the fuck is going on?
Daddy's going to take you out in a minute.
Yeah, but Daddy's got to repair his hand first.
Oh, Christ, you did slice it, didn't you?
Is he doing both of these voices
But
himself?
it's all right. It only hurts when I move.
Well, you are stupid.
I know.
Holy shit, this is intense. Oh god! Oh, you cider making maniac! Ah, you almost got me. Damn you. Just when we were getting to the good cider. I didn't expect that transition. You can never quite know for sure what Borf Dorset's going to do when it comes to making cider. What else does he do? Nothing. No, those were covered titties. It was the same as wearing a low-cut dress. It wasn't even a bra. If that's an issue, then by golly, I'd be very, very sad about that. I'd make a big hoopla. Oh yeah, the plumber one. After the plumber one, I'm calling it a night. What was it? The plumber from hell or something? Is it this?
Who's ever needed to call a plumber will know that it can be an expensive business. Reputable tradesmen charge as much as $50 an hour, plus the cost of materials. Philip Bruce is anything but reputable, but he does claim to be cheap. He advertises some plumbing services for just...
Wrong one. Well, I'm gonna take a piss real quick then. I'm back. Okay, so which one is it? The third one, plumber charges. Oh, it's from Current Affair.
Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw.
Thanks for the
Welcome to
Prime
A
River.
Current Affair. We begin with what has to be one of Australia's most ruthless plumbers, preying on pensioners and treating their backyards like a gold mine.
Smart.
Have they agreed? Have they agreed? They say you've taken... Have they agreed at the time? You need to calm down. No, I don't need to do
This
Damn.
is Jordan the plumber. He's fast-talking and hot-headed.
They've got no money. So how was that my problem? Because you're the one who charged them the money. So what? $65,000 there.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You wrote it.
Jordan thinks he's got an answer for everything, but the facts
Nice of the
leave him
resub Twinkies.
speechless.
That man now has no superannuation. He's had to borrow money from the bank and he can't retire because you charged him $230,000 for a block toilet.
That's good business.
All he's really good at is taking his
It
customers'
could have been
hard-earned
severely blocked.
It took me 40 years to make some money. And he comes 2 weeks and he takes it.
He was just plucking figures out of the air.
First time 26 years in Australia, someone ripped my money off.
Thanks for the
I was
resub,
so
Purple.
hard.
For Jordan Mifsud, these aren't backyards, they're gold mines, and you're not going to believe his outrageous prices. He's so far charged $44,000 to fix this block drain. It was a $21,000 bill for this backyard. Jordan wanted 15 grand for this job.
Holy
and a
Lord.
whopping $230,000 after a call out for a block toilet at this home.
You could have bought a house for $230,000. How is that my problem?
I've been a plumber now for 45
Thanks for the
years,
resub, Lim.
and this job here is by far the most expensive job I've ever seen.
You might wonder how Jordan manages to convince his unsuspecting clients.
Well, probably
to
'cause he just
hand
starts
over
digging up
such
their
huge
backyard.
amounts of money.
Comes in with a fucking
he's
shovel
got
and a
his cruel
bulldozer.
Scam down pat, and knows exactly how to exploit all the legal loopholes to squeeze every last cent out of his unsuspecting clients.
He said he'd lose his house if he didn't sign. I told him he'd lose his house, did I? He said it was illegal and he needed to fix it, and it was uninhabitable. I said that he'd lose his house, did I? Yeah.
I think he's calculating so-and-so who's picks his targets and goes after them.
You've taken advantage of them. What is illegal about that? You've taken advantage. What is illegal about that?
Damn, this
Now,
guy
a
needs to be.
current affair
Oh
has well
man,
and truly
what a piece of
unearthed
shit.
This plumber's nasty
That is
and dishonest.
mastermind level
I'm gonna
scam.
make sure no one gets in trouble with him again.
I love Current Affair.
Oh, God, say anything. All this. God, can't believe it.
All of this destruction for nothing. How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Sick. Sick.
You know, Anthony Sullivan has a product that like shoots
first
compressed
met
air
Jordan
into your pipes and it
last
unclogs it. Could put this dude out of business real quick.
When he was trying to charge pensioner Beth Brown $20,000 for a job that should have cost $250.
All I did was have a block toilet.
and hopefully it'll be clear and it's...
Independent drainage inspector Michael Hadjalexio proved the plumber grossly overcharged her and discovered the blockage wasn't even on her property.
He's basically destroyed a backyard.
He has for no reason at all.
I just want this sorted out and over because I'm just...
So if you wanted that, Beth, there was no reason to call a current affair. I'd done nothing
She can
wrong.
call a current affair if she likes.
It's a good thing Beth did call
This
us
is
because after our story
insane.
went to air, we received multiple similar complaints about Jordan and QBH plumbing.
I am
including
blown away
one
by a
that
scam
we
like this.
couldn't believe.
Thanks to the
More and
resub
more.
Duluth.
From $18,000-$20,000, you start getting 50, 60, and 44, whatever was there, 65. So was more and more and more. Was going up and not down.
Postman Gennaro
But you're not
Escanzo
obligated to pay
called
that.
QBH when
He can't
realised
possibly
he had
enforce
a
that
blocked
price.
pipe. His initial quote was just a few $1,000s, but soon Jordan was claiming he was finding more problems that urgently needed fixing.
Oh yeah. He always was saying, "Oh, by the end of the week we'll be finished. By Saturday, I'll come here with a couple of the workers. We finish it off." But then he came back and no, we have got more problems, so you can't finish.
The postie claims Jordan was just making things worse.
What he was fixing, he was breaking things. So and he was always showing me that things were broken, but he was going maybe breaking everything.
Jordan also
I am so
lied to
invested in this
Gennaro,
story
telling
right
him the
now.
problems
Holy
were
shit.
So bad, he'd have to report the pensioner if they weren't fixed, and he'd be kicked out of his home.
Suddenly what's up, and he told me that his house was wretched. I had to sell because it was not more livable. And if he was not going to finish the job, he was going to report me to the council, so this house was unhabitable.
So he only picks the elderly, it seems.
He said
obviously.
that if he didn't reconnect the
Not
gas,
that I'm calling this guy
sewage
old.
and
He could
the
still be
fresh water,
young and
passable
spry.
and habitable, and that he would be able to report it as such, and you wouldn't be able to. You'd sort of lose your certificate of occupancy.
Gennaro eventually told his friend William about the huge price, but it was too late. By that time, the postie had already paid a staggering $230,000.
I had to take the
No!
money from my superannuation.
A poor
because
man.
I'm almost 70, and I could take some money from there. That was
You need to fire your goddamn accountant or whoever approved that cost or that price.
to make a loan for $50,000.
Gennaro is a very, very honest person, and takes people as he sees them, and assumes that they are being honest with him.
We called in our independent plumber, Michael Hadjalexio, who helped Beth, and he was astounded.
That's just amazing. $65,000 was just one account alone that he's given Gennaro.
Thanks to the reset master.
He's broken it up into 22,000, 22,000 and 21,000. I'm dumbfounded. I just cannot work out how you can get this much, just one invoice.
Michael estimates that even if
Oh, he
the
looks so
backyard
sad
did
just
have
walking
all the
around.
problems Jordan claimed, the job would still only
This is a
cost
noble
around
plumber.
$20,000.
That's way over the top, allowing that he could have had problems or anything.
Thanks to the prime watermelon.
$230,000 is just absolutely ridiculous. You can build a house with that for $230,000, literally.
$230,000 for a block drain for Gennaro. Explain to me how that's possible.
I haven't got that in front of me, mate.
I do. I've got the invoices right here.
His heart just dropped.
$23,000.
Oh, you do, do you?
$65,000.
Well, fuck you.
What's that? Let me see that, mate.
$65,000 there.
Can I have a read?
Yeah. You wrote it.
Incredibly, Jordan claims the astronomical charge was fair.
First of all, Gennaro's was a very complicated situation. Okay, it was a very complicated...
He had a blocked toilet. How is that complicated?
Wasn't that simple. You signed there.
Once the aliens got involved, you wouldn't understand how the price skyrocketed.
Of course he signed. You were telling him he had to sign. He said he'd lose his house if he didn't sign.
Gennaro isn't the only one who's lost a fortune because of Jordan.
I never got the money to pay it back. Worked so hard in the hospital as a cleaner to pay all this debt. Worked so hard, never stop. Helping everybody, and people rip my money off, guys. How can they do that to people like these people?
That's sad.
Irene and her son Chris from the Melbourne suburb Coburg have already been charged $44,000.
God.
And their backyard looks like this.
Fuck.
They called QBH Plumbing because of a blocked toilet and were initially told it would be a cheap and easy solution. But, surprise, surprise,
I have to see a
Jordan
follow-up.
quickly found more problems, and he told Irene she'd need to fork out big bucks to fix them. Otherwise, he'd have to report her to the building authority.
You have to fix the stop pipe. It's illegal. What illegal? I'm not a plumber, but I still got a sense what's happening hard, Rich.
So he was saying that he needed to fix it
Yep.
because it was illegal. It was
Yep.
basically a threat, wasn't it?
I don't know if it has to be illegal. It has to.
When she realised she'd fallen victim to Jordan's scam, Irene
Also, that
cancelled
facial
her
hair
credit
combo on a
card,
man
but
that
not
short has
before
to be illegal
losing
as well.
that 44 grand.
You've not just destroyed their backyard, you've destroyed their lives.
How? Look,
You're the one
I
that has
haven't
to sit there
destroyed.
and
I
stop
haven't
that.
destroyed their backyard. Okay, we did some work
They look
there.
pretty destroyed to me.
They look pretty destroyed to
Yeah,
you.
Irene's backyard is unrecognisable.
He's got no heart, no feelings for anybody.
He had no compassion for us being without a toilet for 8 days. You didn't give any consideration to us.
Doug and Christine were charged more than $15,000 for their
Oh, they got
blocked
off
toilet.
easy.
They also claim he didn't
And he
do
even
the
gave
job
them a little
properly
maze.
and actually made matters worse.
Doing all this excavation, they broke the gas pipe twice.
They refused to pay the full bill, but did hand over close to 9 grand. The couple is now fighting Jordan in court.
I don't think there's any words that could describe him, really. He's not a very nice person to deal with.
I want to prove him he's a con man, he's an idiot.
It's not right. They've got no money.
So how was that my problem?
Because you're the one who charged them the money.
So what?
He's greedy, and the greedy people have to suffer and have to pay for it.
Damn, that guy sounds like the kind of man that could make him suffer. That's a scary sounding guy.
Is that these people say their lives have been ruined. Jordan?
Jordan Mifsud has since changed his company name to Lightning Drains. Remember that name, but more importantly, remember that face. We've handed over our evidence to the Victorian Building Authority.
I have to
who've
know.
told us they are investigating.
Lightning Drains Jordan Mistletoe or something. Probably not mistletoe. I might have misheard that. That doesn't sound right. Jordan Mifsud. What? 13 votes and 5 stars. Only cost me $15,000 to clear out some pipe. This can't be right. These can't be verified. This has to be fake. Also, this is before he bought the company. Oh, no, this is wrong. Damien Bennett. This can't be the right one. Yeah, sorry. You're right. Well, I typed in Jordan. I thought it would come up with Jordan. Oh, hey, Jackson. Have you heard of Jordan Misfid? Perhaps your parents have paid upwards of $50,000 to fix some poopy in the drain? I'll just type in Jordan Misfid. Fuck. Jesus, this new keyboard makes you type like a goddamn idiot. No, it's probably not this guy. Why is it so... Well, okay. Someone did the work for me. Well, someone blew this story out in 2016. I don't know why is it so hard to find information on this guy? What the fuck is... What is this website? Jesus Christ! Jesus, did they just take my fucking bank account info? What was that? Thanks to the Prime Henry. Well, that's a child. That's not him. Unless he's de-aged himself in order to hide. He blocked himself off Google. I don't think he can do that. He may have overcharged a ton of people, but he probably doesn't have enough money to block himself off Google. Is that it? Lightning drains Victoria. I just want a checkup. I want to know what the fuck is going on with him now, since he was going to court. Oh, this is Yellow Pages. That doesn't help me. And it's also the wrong place. Jesus, what a fucking shame. Christ. Like, what am I supposed to do with that, though, Pockets? I'm trying to find info on Jordan, not necessarily his company. I want to see where he's at in this legal case. QBH Drainage? Christ. All I keep getting is this one. From 2016, which isn't helpful. Pasta Pastor, thanks for the resub. That's a good point. I'll check the YouTube comments. Also, Jackson, current affair... Oh. That's a shame. Current affair. This is probably my favorite fucking news source of all time. I've watched like 50
Hello,
of these
Tracy
goddamn
Grimshaw.
things tonight. It's incredible.